Why consumerism will never give life meaning. There are many things that money can buy: luxury cars, magnificent houses, high-tech gadgets. But there are also many other important things that money can't buy, like happiness and purpose. And when you think about what you want in life, which seems more important, a Ferrari or a life of purpose? To put it bluntly, a life of consumerism and pleasure-seeking is unsatisfying. So what will make you satisfied in life? These suggestions will help you find the meaning of life. Then you will have a better chance to live the life you desire. In these summaries, you will also discover: why has the decline of religion left a gap in society? The best ideas often come when you're not thinking about them. Pain is closely related to pleasure. As religious power and social standards decline, life becomes increasingly uncertain. Do you ever feel anxious or insecure because you are not satisfied with your life? It's not just you, this feeling is more common than ever. Not so long ago, the life of an ordinary person was guided and influenced by strict religious teachings. It sounds counterintuitive, but strong moral and spiritual beliefs actually help people feel more fulfilled. The promise of an afterlife is particularly comforting and certain. People can come up with many harsh realities of life, as well as have something to look forward to. Devoted religion is able to maintain a positive outlook during the worst of times because an extremely happy afterlife awaits them. But the waning influence of organized religion has changed people's views on life. The 20th century has seen societies around the world shedding religious notions. The myth is losing its power. Suddenly, suspicious of the afterlife, people are tormented to understand the suffering of life. Where is the worthwhile reward for this? So people started filling this void with the unwarranted worries of modern society. Having lost the meaningful stories in religion, many people feel empty inside. And so, in an attempt to fill this void, many people have used stimulants, such as drugs, partying, or working overtime. These methods can distract them from the larger existential questions that are occupying your mind. But this constant irritation is really bugging you. It can also lead to addiction. Using alcoholic beverages to fill the void can cause your beer drinker to quickly switch to hard liquor because your tolerance increases. And this ambition strongly reflects what is happening in today's society. We use drugs more and more to make up for the lack of meaning in our own lives. Consumerism promises happiness but leaves you unsatisfied. Have you ever tried to convince yourself that you will find happiness when you get a promotion, buy a luxury car, and own a beautiful suburban stretch of house? Many people spend their precious time working towards such goals. And many people find just emptiness when they achieve those goals. This is the crux of consumerism: the pursuit of happiness never ends. You've probably seen an image of a donkey being led by a carrot hanging out of reach. And people living in Western society are like that, forever chasing things they will never achieve. We started following this path very early. As children, we are taught that to find happiness we must get good grades in school and go to college, then graduate from college and finally, find a job with good salary and get a good pension after retirement. But what do you do when you have a comfortable job and a nice home? You'll feel empty again if you don't distract yourself by wishing for your neighbor's better car or a bigger house down the block. And so the anxiety and the hunt for happiness continued. This way of thinking can push you to make terrible decisions. It's especially common for this way of thinking to lead you to the wrong career path. Parents, teachers, and professionals can convince you that getting a steady job should be the goal of any young person. But following this advice can lead to an unhappy life. What if what you want in life is to help people, a mission that brings you joy and fulfillment? But the influencers in your life keep you away from becoming a nurse or a social worker, and go to law school instead. It's easy to end your life doing unsatisfying work in search of other people's notions of happiness. There is no happiness without pain, so stop worrying and let go of defilements. The desire to experience the joys of life is completely natural. We want the highest places without any low places. Unfortunately, life doesn't work that way. To get the intense joys of life, you also need to go through the pain and pay the price to get it. For example, think about the joy of meeting someone, falling in love, and creating a lasting relationship. But, of course, the cost can be this: the person is sick or doesn't love you. Experiencing pleasure is exactly what it takes to experience pain. These two emotions occur in different parts of the same situation. Experience happiness, you will experience pain. So, what can you do? You can change your perspective and stop viewing emotions as positive or negative. Instead, think of them as temporary problems. Then you may realize that pain is simply an inevitable part of life. For example, just as miserable thirst can satisfy you with a full glass of water, you can only enjoy your best moments when you experience the worst. And with this in mind, you can break the vicious cycle of anxiety that can control your life. A beautiful home with a mortgage clause often comes with a host of worries. What if you get sick or injured and can't pay? Even if you know full well these are irrational worries, and they can lead to other worries. Example: why do you worry about whether or not you should worry about things that never happened? It's a vicious circle. But if you have the right perspective, you can harmonize yourself with the insecurities and vicissitudes of life. You can break this vicious cycle, let go of your worries and not try to control everything. To truly experience life, be aware of the present moment. Have you felt really sad and hopeless and someone, instead of empathizing with you, told you that you were thinking too much? It sounds a bit callous, but, actually, that person was probably right. Many people are frustrated with life not because of what they are doing but because they are attached to the things they need to do or the things they regret not doing. So, instead of planning for the future or regretting the past, focus on present experiences. Simply put, thinking about something is never really as profound as feeling itself. Music is an example. Thinking about a Mozart symphony can't be compared to sitting in the audience and listening to it live. The same goes for any experience. Don't think about how it will affect you later. Enjoy it now. For example, instead of taking a picture of a delicious bowl of pasta and thinking how good it will look on Instagram or Facebook, focus on enjoying that bowl of pasta. Nothing compares to enjoying the real taste of delicious food. You may be wondering, what if the present moment makes me feel miserable? Should I focus on happy wishes or sad memories? In fact, resisting or denying your current feelings will only make matters worse. Life is like a long and fierce river. Over time, some rapids will appear. All you can do is steer it out of the rapids. Resist or try to get back upstream and you may drown. Keep calm and ride the waves, the river will take you to a safer place. Furthermore, this is exactly how your mind works. It wants to take in the emotions you're going through. It is only as you work to fight or break free from the painful emotions that anxiety holds, that the stress will subside. Understand that your mind and body are the same entity. Today, we spend a lot of time thinking without paying attention to what is going on in our bodies. But thinking is constantly dependent on the wisdom that our bodies and minds generate. Have you ever spent hours agonizing over a seemingly unsolvable problem, and then, while taking a shower or walking down the street, without consciously thinking about anything, suddenly come up with a perfect solution? It's a common experience, and it reflects one of the benefits of a holistic approach to life. Once you realize the mind and body are one and the same, you can unlock your full potential. One way to ease this process is to allow yourself to fully participate in your environment and slow down your brain's constant analysis. This will allow your mind to subconsciously process information and can lead to creative breakthroughs. Consider what goes on in the creative process. Whether applying marketing strategies to your company or formulating a thesis for an important thesis, you can rarely find solid solutions during the hard thinking process. Inspiration tends to come completely out of the blue when we're not consciously looking for it. And awakening the wisdom of the mind unconsciously can carry out all the problems of life. Eating is an example. Many indigenous tribes pay special attention to the wisdom of their bodies and let their stomachs control how much they eat. They really listen to their bodies. Once it tells them it's full, they stop eating. On the other hand, we often don't listen to our stomachs. We eat according to reason and love of food, so we eat as much as we can. So harmonize yourself with other parts of your body and allow these inner voices to guide you. If your body doesn't accept something you're doing, it will speak up. Sometimes its wisdom takes less than a second to speculate on how your belly feels. Final summary. The main message of the book. Life has no such thing as real security. So instead of falling into anxiety, accept insecurities and pain as a part of life. This will help you find peace and fulfillment. Helpful advice. Meditation. Have you ever tried meditating in the morning? In addition to providing health benefits, meditation will help you tune into your body and shift your focus away from unproductive anxiety.